Hey everyone, welcome back to String, Cheese, and Applesauce, where today we're doing episode 13 of Ask Me Anything. So I have a few questions here. Make sure to put your questions down below anytime you want, and I will answer them next week. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So our first question is from Beast YouTube _01, and they ask, if you could make a fast food restaurant out of Lego, which restaurant would you pick? I'm not a big fast food eater, but I think something that I would probably pick is maybe a Chick-fil-A or maybe a Wendy's. If I were to pick fast food restaurants, those are two that I'd probably pick. So there's your answer for that. Probably not going to do a fast food restaurant in my Lego city, but hey, if I had to, those are two that I would probably try to mimic. Let's see. Love Cove asks, if you made a new Lego rare part, what will you make / build? If I were to make a new part, it's a good question. I don't do enough mocks to necessarily need any new parts. I think the parts are kind of oversaturated as it is. As much as I love all the different combinations of the wide variety of parts, if you kind of strip it back down to the basic bricks and plates, there's really not much more that you need, especially if you have an imagination. You can really make anything work. I mean, that's kind of the classic style of Lego in the 60s, 70s, 80s, when all it was bricks and plates. You didn't need a lot of different parts, so I don't think I would make a new or rare part. If I were to make a new part, it would probably be an accessory. There is one hat accessory that I like that came only in, I think, 2 sets. It's one of the Winter Village sets, and it may have been in a collectible minifigure, but it's a hat that goes on one of the minifigures. That's a rare part that's hard to find. I'd make a lot of those. That's probably the only rare part, but it's not a new part. It's a part that's been around. It's just real rare. So that's really it. How many Lego? Okay, Daniel Quiroz, I just said your name wrong. So Daniel Quiroz, how many Lego sets you buy in a whole year? How many do I buy? That depends on the budget I have and the amount of sales. But I would say I probably buy between 5 to 6 sets a month. So you do the math, that's about 50, 60, I don't know, 60 to 80, depending on how many I buy a month. So that's how many I buy. Now keep in mind, some of those sets are real small, like those little $10, $15, or even a few poly bags, and I'm not even counting collectible minifigures. Those are, those are minifigures. I don't even really consider those sets. If I count those, it's probably well over 100. So I would say actual sets with bricks, plates, minifigures, accessories, all that, probably between 60 to 80 a year. I don't know. I don't keep track of that. The Fluffy Hub asks, do you like turtles, and would you want a reptile theme for Lego where there were turtles, lizards, and other reptiles? Isn't that just the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme? So those are all turtles. Yeah, they're mutants, but it's still the turtle theme. And also Chima has some crocodile themed minifigures and the swamp type of theme. So I'm not too big on reptiles or turtles at all. I do like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets just because they're a little bit different, and growing up in the 80s, I watched the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon as well as the original movie, so I kind of liked those. But other than that, I wouldn't make a whole new theme of it. And if you really love the reptiles, get Swamp Police sets from this year, or even some of the Chima reptile themed sets. Daniel Quiro, there's your name again. Daniel, here's a question for you, Daniel. How do you pronounce your last name? Daniel says, you should make a Lego City mock just like Jang Bricks. That's not a question, Daniel, but that's kind of what I'm doing. It's an original Lego city. It's not using any Lego buildings. I'll probably use some of the vehicles from the Lego city vehicle theme, but all my buildings are going to be unique. It's been a long time since I've seen the Jang Bricks city, but I think from the last that I saw it, it was an all mock city, but mine's going to be the same idea. Nothing straight out of the box. All right, so the next question. Brayton Spetter asks, will you do a room tour in the future? Sure, why not? I mean, it's nothing more than really what you see here, but I understand you see like a limited space kind of right behind me, so your kind of imagination, what's the rest of the walls look like? I'll probably do a room tour in the future. Thanks for that question, Brayton. So the next question is from Brick Adjuster. Besides string cheese and applesauce, what Lego food accessory would you like Lego to make that they haven't made before? Great question, because one of my favorite accessories is all of the food items. So my favorite is probably the pretzel, maybe the chicken leg. So the food accessory I'd like to see that they make, well, being from Texas where barbecue is kind of king, I'd love to see probably some barbecue ribs. That'd be kind of cool. Have a little rack of baby back smoked ribs. So that's my food accessory I'd like to see. Thanks for the question, Brick Adjuster. That's a great question. Just kind of out of the box, just kind of random questions. I like those. Let's see, the last one is from The Brick Must Go On, and they asked 3 questions, so we're going to go down all 3. First question is, what is your favorite movie? It's a great question. It's actually an older movie. It stars Steve Martin, and it is called The Jerk. That is my favorite movie. It's a classic. It's a lot of dry humor. It's kind of right up my alley. I really, really enjoy that movie. It's not for the younger audience, but it's my favorite movie. His second question is, where did you get that t-shirt? So you're probably talking about this shirt right here. So it is a custom made shirt. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I posted a picture when I was doing the artwork for that. So I basically took the artwork inspiration from the Lego instructions, created the high quality resolution in Adobe Illustrator, and then my wife and I used that artwork and printed it out on basically an iron-on transfer and put it on a shirt. So it is a custom-made shirt, only one in existence that I know of. So that's where I got that shirt. Last question, would you like the classic space theme to return? I would like it to return, and I'd like it to return pretty close to its original classic kind of vibe. You know, they took the space police and, you know, the alien fighters and all these different kind of sub themes of space, and kind of put the new modern twist on it, a lot of playability and a lot of different colors and minifigures. You know, if we take it back straight to maybe the moon missions and the Mars missions and the spaceships and the exploration, I'd like to see it really come back to its roots if it were to return. It's like, if you're going to bring something classic back, you might as well take it all the way to its classic state and, you know, use a lot of the newer pieces, but really keep it the classic theme. So hope that helps answer your questions. And that is it for this week of Ask Me Anything. Make sure to put your questions down below. Follow us on Instagram. You'll see whenever we're making new custom shirts and building sets that are not even on YouTube yet. You'll be in the know on everything. So follow us on Instagram, String Cheese and Applesauce. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.